Hi, and welcome to my Tuesday evening live card making tutorial. Oh, this evening I have for you a gold and bold ornament Christmas card using the Ornamental Christmas stamp set. And I'm going to share with you some no-fuss embossing tips. All right, so let me start by introducing myself. I'm Shelly Godby, and for 24 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. So let's do this. Let's have a closer look because I have here, whoops, the entire, well, come on, trying to stretch it. There we go. The entire suite collection is called the Modern Christmas Suite Collection. That includes the Ornamental Christmas Bundle. Oh, hello, Miss Tammy and Miss Patricia. Fantastic. And Miss Sandra. Wow, good. All right. So we'll be using the bundle, but hey, stick around because I have more cards to show you when we're done. Okay, so it includes the bundle, which of course includes the bundle discount. And so whenever you buy a stamp set, look to see if there's it has coordinating dies or a punch. Look to see if there's a bundle, a special item number, because you save 10% on both. And Miss Linda is here. Fantastic. So you've got outline dies for the trees, trees, and the star. And then we have some intricate dies, and so we're going to use a little bit of both. Okay, and let me show you real quickly what it's named after is the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper. So gorgeous on the black, white, and gold. And if you remember, I did this shaker card not terribly long ago. And here, let me put that QR code. It's up there in the corner to my tutorial. Isn't that beautiful? So there's the tree, this beautiful paper, the baker's twine, and a really fun shaker card. Okay, so that QR code is up there for you to see. And then the baker's twine is the black and white and gold baker's twine. You get both. Very, very nice. We'll be using that. And these gold hoops are so pretty. If you go look, they used them for ornaments, but you could do more than that. And I will show you a card made with these and the secret to how to adhere them. And then look at this gorgeous paper that I just can't get over. And so we've got the 12 beautiful patterns. So one side has the gold foil. That's, oh, Miss Robin. It's unusual for her to be able to catch us at this time. Fantastic. The gold foil, beautiful. And then the other side is matte. And so polka dots, we can use that any time of year. And then the stars that I just showed you on the shaker card, of course, the gold foil. And then the black and white trees. I do love black and white and gold. My absolute favorite of all the metals. Isn't that pretty? And that, here we go. And the ornaments. And the back side of the ornaments. That is so pretty. There we go. And you could die cut these images too, right? You could use them for ornaments. You could make ornaments out of some of these. It'd be really pretty. And some squiggly lines. Isn't that pretty? Okay, gold foil makes me happy, and fa la 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 la. So I'm not using this on the card I'm demonstrating for you tonight, but you will see it in some of the other cards. So there we go. And so we need to start with some die cutting. So how about I grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is right here. There we go. Don't you just love this thing? You just unfold it and step that back. And now I think, I still had my level up there. Could you see it? Okay, I was trying to remember, make sure I went I went the right way. Well, wonders never cease. Okay, so we're up closer. Oh, Miss Cherie is here. Hello. All right. So what I'm going to do is die cut. So I need to build what's called a sandwich and get to the appropriate thickness. So you can use plate number 1 and plate number 2 that comes with it. Or I'm using the magnetic platform. This is an additional purchase that I picked up on Amazon, and it fits the Big Shot as well as the Stampin' Cut and emboss machine. With this, I don't need anything to hold any dies in place, so that's why I just really like it. And as I always say, it doesn't make me a better crafter, but it makes me I'm fast. I waste less time and money. So regardless if I use plate number 1 and plate number 2, or this is the same thickness, the magnetic platform, I need uh, a number 3, a cutting plate. Okay, and here we go. Basic black cardstock, and then we will use our ornament. And then while we're at it, now this is nice. I'm just die cutting, and then I have gold foil sheets. And so, hey, I looked; they were available, but in low inventory. And I'm telling you that because here, I've got to get screwed back up. Okay, maybe not. And because we have free shipping October 22nd through October 24th, 2025, on orders of 75 or more. And the gold foil sheets are in low inventory and such a Christmas thing. So this is the ornament topper, and it's pretty cool. You get 2 of them, so you could, be able to die cut a good bit at one time. And these are stars, modern day, and we get 2 of those. And so let's do this, so we can just do it all at one time. There we go. And then we need to finish it with a plate number 3. Let's go ahead and crank this through. This card is simple. Oh, what I forgot to tell you is, because I was so enamored with it, it is one of the samples on the Stampin' Up website, because the Modern Day Christmas Suite and the Ornamental Christmas Bundle, which is part of it, are online exclusives. And I know, they're not new, but they get missed. And so I just love showing you some of the samples. So look at that. Aren't these pretty? Oh, okay. So, but what I need is one more because, Grandma always said odd numbers. 4 won't do. We need 5. And and their sample did use an odd number. And it's fun bringing things to life because it's always better than just that little picture. Well, actually, the pictures have gotten better. If you put your cursor on them, they enlarge. And so if you would be so kind to give my video a thumbs up and a share, I sure would appreciate that. I believe I have all of the die cutting done. So this card's super simple and something you can make real easily in multiples. And it's just simply stunning. There we go. As long as you hurry out over to my online store tomorrow morning and add the gold foil sheets to the rest of this order. What I forgot to tell you is, you see how my dies are on this magnet card? Well, that's exactly what it is. It's a magnet card, and from a company called Stampin' Storage. And so they have products to organize your craft room like nobody's business, your cardstock, everything. And then they have products to keep our crafting supplies, our stamping supplies. Look how strong these are. Yet they're easy to come off. You saw me just get them right off, yet I can't shake them off. And then I put them in one of these pockets, the storage pocket. And this is nice because that just keeps them organized for me. And so that's a separate company. So if you follow that link over, that would be great, because then you'll know you're getting the right thing. You want the pockets, not the sleeves, for this application. The sleeves have their own applications. Okay, so you know what? So we've got all of this. And let's go ahead and turn these upside down so I'll be able to get the adhesive on them later. But we have a little bit of embossing to do. Okay. And I'm fooling around with the lighting, so I hope I don't have it too bright. I'm working on refining it, and so we will learn. All right, so these no fuss embossing tips. Well, that is using the Embossing Additions Toolkit. because this is really important. Every part of this is important, but it starts with the embossing buddy because the embossing powder sticks to whatever's wet. We prefer it to be just the ink. Until we had the embossing buddy, I kid you not, we'd have a tiny little paintbrush or something like this trying to get off all of the embossing powder that stuck to our fingerprints or whatever, the lotion in our hands, who knows, because we have naturally oil in our hands. So this has eliminated most of it. You just rub it over your cardstock and suddenly that process got to be so much easier. And then this tray is a beautiful thing. And so what I have here is my metallic gold from the Wow Metallics embossing powders. So you get all the metallics. Okay, and then the Versamark pad. This is a pigment ink. It stays wet longer, and so it's perfect for embossing. It goes on clear. And I have my Merry Christmas. Isn't this beautiful? And that's part of the Ornamental Christmas. So let's get this good and inked up. There we go. And then, you know what? Let me put my card base underneath me. It's a lot easier to see my placement if I'm not black on black. I really like my silicone mat, and the black looks really good in my room. But when I'm stamping on black, it is good to have. You know what? Let's do what I did the other night. Let's bring this closer to me so I don't have to stamp so far away from my body. Miss Cherie was here. She said, I don't know how you do it. You're halfway in the middle of the table. Like, yeah, we can adjust. Okay, so about right here is looking really good. And we are going to full photopolymer. So starting with the November Online Exclusives forward, anything new that's offered will be in the photopolymer. So placement will be even easier. But you know what? With a clear mount, this works. And there we go. We've got Merry Christmas. All right, so let's pick up the tray and the embossing powder. And I just love this part. Sprinkle it on. I got the tray, but why not hit what I can into the bottle? And then there's a little bit, and usually I can just tap like this and get it off. And there was just a little bit, because it's not attractive when it dries. All right. And so then, you see this? I'll just use the brush and funnel it right back into my jar. My embossing powder is going to last a long time. Did I ask you to give my video a thumbs up and a share? If you would, I sure would appreciate that. Okay, so I have here the heat tool. You want this. 2 settings. The first one to dry ink, and we did that last Tuesday to get our beautiful velvety sky. And then the second one is hot enough to melt this powder. And yes, New Jersey card maker. Yeah, this font is beautiful, and it's a good size. So I forgot to tell you, I just did it. These tweezers are fabulous. If you don't have the Embossing Editions toolkit, you really want to add that. That'd be something to add during the free shipping. Nice and strong because this is metal, but then the tips are plastic, so the heat doesn't radiate up and get to my fingers. And look, I don't have to keep squeezing. You squeeze to grasp, and then you get to just let go. Brilliant design. All right, so I hold the heat gun on here until it starts melting. And thank goodness I have these tweezers because my fingers would be burning, because this is some really intense heat. Look at that. Is that not amazing? Wow, this is so pretty. When I was making the other cards, I looked because, okay, well, I'll tell you what I do is when I'm done, I look and turn it in the light. And if I see anything powdery, I go back. Well, I was already on my die cutting machine, and I looked and saw, for one of the other cards, I did the trees. The little tip wasn't quite done. So I just took it back over and finished. So you've got a lot of time with the Versamark pad. Isn't that pretty? All right, you know what? I'm going to... no one's saying they can't hear me. Is this any better? I hope I hope you were able to hear me okay. For Peter's sakes, I'm all right. Just going to dim that light. There we go. See if that helps anything. Hopefully it was the right move. All right. And now I've got my, whatever it is, my microphone on me. Okay. So now we get to start building this. And we'll just start with the ornament top. And I've got my Stampin' Seal here. Can't wait to show you the other cards too. And this one does just tickle me. And so it crimps on there, right? There we go. Oh, I should have put, yeah, did I put it in the bottom? Oh, I put it along the top. I'm okay, really I am. Sheree has stamped with me. She knows. She knows the struggles of being Shelly. Okay, so you have our ornament top. And I wondered what this was for. Oh, you could hear me all along? Oh, thank you, Miss Linda. Good. Good, good, good. I wondered what that was until I saw this sample. And so the base is just basic white cardstock. That is all there is. Like I said, this card is so simple and your supplies will go a long, long ways. All right. So here this is, right? So let's do this. And you know what? I did mean to have some paper underneath me. Let me grab. I really love my silicone mat, and you'll see why in just a second. The only downside of it is because it's not porous, when I go off the edge, it leaves ink on here, and I have picked up on cards. So just grab a piece of scrap paper. It's worth it because I like it for everything else. You know, it's worth that small thing to have to adjust. Okay, so right here. And then straight across. Voila. But the magic is, how cool is that? It's like, oh, now I know what that's for. That is so stinking cool. So let's go ahead and do this, and we'll use my favorite adhesive ever, and that's Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, I really am adjusting to the whole zoomed in, and I apologize. All right, so we've got our Stampin' Dimensionals. And so free shipping. How cool is that? 3 days. That's really nice. And, you know, at 75, well, at 20, but you're so Stampin' Rewards and free shipping. It's a double bonus. Okay, this just tickles me. And we're not done. You know, we die cut all of those others, so it just keeps getting better. So on this one, it's going to go right on the ornament. Let's use our mini glue dots. And I just love my take your pick tool. Pick one of these up. There we go. Oh. Try not to touch them because that takes away from the extreme stickiness. And that goes right here. How cute is that? Cute, cute, cute. And on these, I started to put them flat, and then I changed my mind and thought, oh, let's give them a lift too with the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And so, you know what else? You know, that advent calendar, I'm sure so many people have been tempted. Well, you've always gotten Stampin' Rewards for it if you're opted in, and it's free to opt in. So Stampin' Rewards and free shipping. Okay, now it's totally irresistible. I thought it was irresistible before. Now it's doubly irresistible because, you know, I've shown you everything in it and showed you quite a few cards, 10 or 11, I believe, using the products. So I'm thinking a lot of people are going to want to get that. And that's available only while supplies last. Well, while it's stuck to me, let's go ahead and just put this one on. And then, of course, your fall and Christmas card making and stocking up on supplies. I mean, just 100 good reasons to order during the free shipping. You know, the online exclusives, which this is an online exclusives. Okay, I already have the adhesive off on here. And off on here. Fantastic. And we're not done, but didn't that, and that was a really small strip of the gold foil sheets. So that will go a really long ways. And tomorrow I'll have a link to my blog post with all the measurements once it's uploaded. Okay, so now we'll finish off with the gold and black baker's twine. How gorgeous. And the bow they tied was quite a good size bow. So since I'm copying what someone else did, and then I'm going to show you an alternative to this card for those who just love color. I love color too, but there's something about this that just hit me. Well, I do love gold and black. I think black accents. Like I said, if you look around my craft room, you can see the black. I want a pretty bow, just playing with it. Okay, and so then, I know they're right here because didn't I just use them? Oh, my scissors. I was tidying up. There we go. Okay, so these tonic scissors, and I've got the link right under the video, but I can also show you if you'd like. Let's trim these off. And then I need another piece to go from here to here. So that worked out really well, just cutting off that tail. I think, whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm thinking just a little bit smaller perhaps. And a pretty bow, you just keep playing with it, but we do want to get a good knot. Just keep playing with it and get it all nice and fluffed up and nothing twisted. Twisted is not attractive. Okay, so for this, what we're going to use is the multi-purpose liquid glue. And this is where I love my silicone mat. This thing is wonderful. So let me show you a couple things while we're talking about them. The silicone mat, yay, because the adhesive won't adhere to it. And when I let this air dry, it'll be clear. I won't have adhesive clinging all over, to everything, getting all sticky everywhere. So we'll let that air dry before attaching it. And it dries clear, which is cool. And these scissors are really cool and half the price when I bought them. So there you go. All right. So I have one already done. So we didn't have to wait for it to dry. It doesn't take terribly long, but a little bit longer. So let's put this right on here. There we go. And let's turn it over. You know what? Earlier I did something silly. I trimmed from the front and I actually cut the card. It's like, you got to be kidding me. I know to turn it over and go flush to the edge because I have something to cut against. And then, see, no problem with that adhesive. If I had paper underneath me, I'd be sticking to everything. Okay, so back with, and they're out here, the mini glue dots and my take your pick tool. All the supplies, unless I tell you otherwise, like the magnetic cards and the magnet cards and magnetic platform, are available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And I made sure that everything was in stock. Like I said, the gold foil sheets, look at this. How stinking cute is that? The gold foil sheets are in low inventory. I mean, they'll be back someday, but if you want to get going on your Christmas cards, how adorable. This card it just went crazy over it. I mean, I just thought the whole suite was pretty anyway, but then I started looking at some of their samples. So this tickles me. I would be proud to send this. But if you just really love color, and not mentioning any names, Patricia, here we go. How about this? That's real red. Kept with that black because it's modern. Use the white and gold. And you see this? I just die cut another one of those circles, just a little shadow to make it pop up. And it helps pull it all in. Well, thank you, Miss Cherie. And so there you go. So you don't have to do everything in black and white. You can do that pop of color and keep that same feel. All right. And so you remember the shaker card. Bring that back in case someone was joining us late. Okay. And then, oh, these big circles. They are so pretty. A little big for a bracelet for me. I did try because I just love them. I thought, okay, how am I going to adhere this to my card? The only thing I could think of was the multi-purpose liquid glue. I thought, oh, well, let me go look at all the ingredients. And yep, that's what they used, and it worked beautifully. Same thing. I put that thin line on it and set it aside and let it air dry till it went translucent. And again, this is one of their samples. Isn't that beautiful? And look how pretty that circle is on there. This is the circle die. That's that same, so that's how big those um, gold hoops are. That is fitting in there with a nice border all the way around. And this time use the gold and white. Oh, Miss Patricia loves them equally because she loves color. Oh, Miss Kimberly likes the shadow effect. Yeah, it instead of just sitting on there, that little shadow, then it really did. It made all the black, it just made it all make sense and pull together. Of course, this paper is one of the DSPs. And then this is stamped right on the black circle where these are die cut in white, the basics white. The basics white. And do you recognize these? Well, that was one of the DSPs cut right from there. Now that, we didn't have a die, so I fussy cut, but it really didn't take very long. Let me see. Okay, this pattern, you can see where I cut them out. So two different ones of those tucked in there. Oh, Miss Patricia likes it. Yeah, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Now, are you ready for the splash of color? So I took this and I thought, okay, let's just see. This makes me happy. But I appreciate someone wanting color. And so, of course, I stayed with real red. And there we go. So the star needed to be on red too. And I couldn't decide if it should be with the red or the black. I think either would be fine. But I kind of like a little bit more red to go with that red background. And so everything else was the same. And, you know, you're recognizing the trees. One tree, two tree, right? And then the star, you know, came with it. Stamped and die cut that on both of these. So that's on black and, you know, it's going off the edge, but it just blends right in. It looks like it's part of it. So, and then again, we have our pretty gold and white baker's twine. So this is just so much fun. And there are other samples on there that you could adapt into a card or do ornaments. But this entire suite collection, you want this. And you'll be able to get it with free shipping October 22nd through October 24th. So let's put out all, well, we'll do all 5 cards, huh? Isn't it funny how that just really changes up? Oh, I'll have to, yep, I did it. Okay, pull out so you can see all of the cards. And you can see how this super, super simple. Oh, when I did the second one, a little bit of black around it. So this is just on the white base. This I stepped it up a little bit with a very small hint of black around it, which I realized probably didn't show up very well against my black mat. Okay, now the adhesive is sticking to me, not the mat, but me. And so there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ornamental Christmas bundle that's part of the Modern Christmas Suite Collection. Modern Christmas is the name of the DSP. And look how much fun you can have. And very different, right, from our regular. And I do like different. I like tradition, but I also like different. And so this feels traditional and different all at the same time. I don't know how they nailed it, but they sure did. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Adelaide. And so these two, you know, I'm not taking credit for them. This one I am, not these two, but these two doing the variation, just a lot of fun. And as I'm looking at all of them together, it is a hard decision. I'm pleased with all of them, and I'm sure hope you are too. And so yay! All right. Oh, here we go. Big deal. Yeah, free shipping on orders of 75 or more. Now, of course, that's before sales tax. There won't be shipping, but and if you apply any Stampin' Rewards, that brings down your total. So it'll be after, before Stampin' Reward or after Stampin' Rewards and before sales tax. So, but the total will be there. If you still have a shipping cost, just go ahead and adjust your cart. And that cart, you know where to find that? That's in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. Imagine that, huh? And so yeah, up in the corner is my shaker card tutorial. The link to that if you want to scan that QR code, or you just go to my channel and you'll find it there very easily. YouTube.com/stamping smiles. Okay, so let's do this and come back and have a little chat with you. Okay, and then I can show you again the advent calendar. Oh, that's up there. I wanted to put it down here. I think it might be a little easier because with free shipping, that bad boy could get gone, available only while supplies last. And as I said, tomorrow I'll have a link to my blog post with all of the measurements. Well, thank you, Miss Patricia. I sure appreciate that. And I am here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with a live card making tutorial. But you never know when else I'll pop in, so hit that subscribe button on Facebook or YouTube. Yeah, those two for sure. You get a notification. I don't think you will on Instagram or Rumble, but they'll be there later. But if you want to get notified when I'm going live, so you can come join me and visit, because that is just so much fun. I so appreciate you taking the time to do that. Oh, thank you, Miss Linda. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, and I'm so glad you joined me. Um, so hit that button so you'll get notified, because you never know when else I'll pop in here. And every day of the week seems to be open game. I just never know when I'm coming in. So hit that subscribe button to get those notifications for other than Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And the best part, no ads if you come join me live. And so free shipping. I just can't say it enough. That is exciting because we have all of this holiday card making stuff to get, and maybe some gifts. Well, thank you, Miss New Jersey card maker. And I've had so much fun with this suite. My goodness. All right, so free shipping, advent calendar, recruit special. If you think what I do looks like fun, and it is, I'd love to have you join my team. And that's at startmybusinesswithshelly.com. And there's a fabulous October recruiting special to help you get your business off to a great start. And when you join my team, you get my nearly 25 years of experience that I'm thrilled to share with you to help you be as successful as you would like. And tomorrow I'll have a link to the measurements. This one's pretty easy, but still, it's always nice. But I'll have that downloadable PDF that'll include the measurements and the picture of the card. So that's really helpful to keep for later on. Okay, so once again, thank you so much for spending part of your Tuesday evening with me. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Good evening and God bless.